Yeah, they got it bumping. Leg drop, boot to the face, we won't fold. Quick to put a dude in this place, he out cold. With a tombstone, grapple the waist, get laid flat. Can't escape, nowhere to go, the cage match. It's on now, when I spot him, it's no problem. Everybody stone cold till they hit with the rock bottom. Sharpshooter, I won't miss him like Bret Hart. Like Al Snow, they gon' need him a head start. I just might catch a better body than Mickey James. Get acquainted with the name, we bringin' the pain. Like Kane in the ring, all I see is red. Paul Bearer, Undertaker, I can see the dead. John Cena putting hands in your face. Ted DiBiase, keep a milli on the waist. B2TF, better stay in your place or get smacked down, play it safe. What you talking about? Yeah, they got it bumping. Leg drop, boot to the face, we won't fold. Quick to put a dude in this place, he out cold. With a tombstone, grapple the waist, get laid flat. Can't escape, nowhere to go, the cage match. It's on now, when I spot him, it's no problem. Everybody stone cold till they hit with the rock bottom. Sharpshooter, I won't miss him like Bret Hart. Like Al Snow, they gon' need him a head start. I just might catch a better body than Mickey James. Get acquainted with the name, we bringin' the pain. Like Kane in the ring, all I see is red. Paul Bearer, Undertaker, I can see the dead. John Cena putting hands in your face. Ted DiBiase, keep a milli on the waist. B2TF, better stay in your place or get smacked down, play it safe. What you talking about? Yeah, they got it bumping. Leg drop, boot to the face, we won't fold. Quick to put a dude in this place, he out cold. With a tombstone.
Welcome to another episode of Boot to the Face here live on YouTube. I'm your host Chris Rucker along with EJ Reed, and we are here to talk about the world of professional wrestling, which a lot went down this past week. But before we get into that, EJ, how you doing?
Trying to stay warm, man. How you doing?
Was it cold in Missouri?
It's about 20 degrees outside.
Damn. It's pretty cold here. It's like 30 to 40 here right now.
It's not like bone chilling, but it's cold enough where you stay your ass inside.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do that yesterday. We went down to Chattahoochee and had a couple glasses of wine on the river and ended up at Longhorns.
Chattahoochee? Where is that? Tennessee?
No, it was the Chattahoochee River is right down my in my apartment complex. Like, that's how people go shoot the hooch or whatever, floating down the river. You can literally get in the Chattahoochee River at the end of my apartment complex down here, where the green and the clubhouse and all that shit is.
They have a winery there?
Nah, we just went to the little convenience store, grabbed our own wine. This is actually a Christian community, so like they don't do anything involving alcohol here.
How'd you get the wine then?
I went to the store and bought it. Shit.
They just said they don't do anything involving alcohol.
They don't. So like their pool parties and shit, they never have alcohol. Like they never have anything. But you can have it yourself. Like, I'm a fucking grown up. But they don't. All the little events and shit like that, it's never like a wine tasting or shit like that other apartment complexes do.
Oh, they have pool party?
Yeah. Which is weird though, right? Because they had wine in the Bible.
And then Jesus drink wine, or he turned water into wine?
Yeah, he turned water into wine. They was having a party. He said, shit, y'all looking like y'all about to go home? Keep the party going.
I might be mistaken, but I thought you could drink it as long as you don't drink to get drunk. Pretty sure.
And what's the point of drinking it? That's like having sex not to finish.
I mean, some women can't.
Well, yeah, I'm not talking about women. Like they got their own issues. I'm not worried about them. Like,
as long as I get mine, it don't matter.
I ain't saying that. I'm just saying women are what my boy saying, baby boy, unstable creatures.
Hey, I'll let you go down that road.
They gotta
Well, that quote.
everything's gotta be right. Like they gotta be thinking the right thing, and it's gotta be going the right way. A dude, like, I just need something to stroke it 50 times and I'm done.
I said 50 times. That's crazy. Counting the amount of times.
I'm just throwing a number out. You know what I mean? Like everybody's got their, they got a sleep number. I got my stroke number.
What was it? What was it? The commercial back in the day? How many licks does it take to get to a Tootsie Pop? The world may never. The world may never know.
There's some people that know.
Hey.
Anyway, we got debaucherous very early on a Sunday afternoon. You watch any football yesterday?
I did. And, we got to talk about your boy, and I'm doing air quotes for people that are listening. Josh Allen. I mean, I know you're not a big fan. I've never been a fan, but you probably hate him even more. And I did. Not hate's a strong word. You're not you dislike him. And, in big moments, he keeps losing these games. And people have always wanted to put him up there with like Lamar and Pat. They want him to be like the face of the league so bad. But he never comes through. I wonder why people keep putting him up on this pedestal like that.
So you're right. I don't hate him, but I don't like this thought of him being in the upper, like the fact that he won MVP last year because it was him and Lamar. Lamar had way better stats than he did. Like, right? Lamar had just as many wins, the whole nine. Like, all things considered, Lamar Jackson should have been the MVP, but they wanted Mahomes. They wanted Josh Allen to get it. The year before, Dak fucking had better stats than Lamar, and they were going neck and neck at it, and they gave it to Lamar over Dak. So it's just like this constant disrespect towards Dak and this holding up on the pedestal for. Now, don't get me wrong, Josh Allen's good as shit, but he hadn't done anything. And he was also a number one first overall pick. Dak was in the 4th round, like 3rd string. Honestly, to me, I feel like Dak is more successful just because he worked harder and had to. Again, he was drafted as a project, and then shit happened. He ended up as a starter. Josh Allen came in like knowing he's going to be the man for the next 10 years. And like you said, in big moments, he fucks up. Like, everybody's going to talk about that interception yesterday that got called an interception that looked like a catch, then he got it taken away, the whole nine. What nobody's talking about that I've seen yet is the fact that Brandon Cooks had the cornerback smoked. If Josh Allen throws a good pass and leads the receiver, Cooks just runs underneath it, and the guy never fucking touches him. But instead, he underthrew it by like 15 yards. Cooks had to come back to it. Now, as a Cowboys fan, Brandon Cooks, a little slight. He ain't that big. Tried to go up and high point it and got the ball taken away from him. That's a bad pass, but nobody's talking about that. They're talking about it getting called an interception. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't like the Buffalo Bills. Their fans are annoying. Their fucking quarterback's face is annoying.
I'm looking at that draft class with Josh Allen. That was a solid one. He was the 7th overall pick. Lamar was the last pick of that first round, and then you got Baker number 1, and then Sam Darnold number 3. Of course, I think Jackson is the best overall.
Right, Sam Darnold's about to go to the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's like one of those like game managers. That's all you need sometimes when you got a dominant defense like that.
Man.
Speaking of the second game, that's a good transition to that second game. I don't know, man. Seattle's looking like the best team. It could have been because the Niners are depleted, but I thought most of the year was the Rams, even because a lot of those games that they lost were like last minute, like BS, like that could have went either way. But I don't know, man. Looks like Seattle's clicking at the right time.
I feel like the Bears are going to get the Rams today. I don't know what. The Rams were my pick to go to the Super Bowl out of the NFC just because, you go with the quarterback, the most experienced. Fucking, my boy's been in the league, 13, 14 years now. He's won a Super Bowl. But the Rams just didn't look good last week. Like, they escaped with a win, which I don't even know if they should have had or not. But Seattle's looking, and Denver too. If Bo Nix would have fucking been healthy next week, I definitely pencil Denver into the Super Bowl. But now in Houston and fucking New England, like whoever comes out of there, all they got to do is score 17 points. I say all they got to do. Denver's got a fucking good defense, but yeah, it's looking like this is gonna be one of the most boring on paper Super Bowls we've had in a long fucking time. Kind of like college football right now.
Yeah, I mean, you got. I'm looking at like Seattle. Looking like it probably might be Seattle and Denver. Well, that's a rematch though, and at the time when that happened, it was like you had Peyton Manning, but as far as that, it was like the new up and comers, a young Russ Wilson who wasn't Russ Wilson yet, and then the young Legion of Boom, and they just beat the brakes off the Broncos. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Who is it that Seattle has their wide receiver that they got that's really fucking good now?
Is it
Jackson Smith and Jigba. Is that who it
Yeah,
is?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Smith.
he's bad. And then you got the running back. I can't think his name. He's on my fucking fantasy team. Kenneth Walker.
Walker is
Yeah, he fucking doesn't do anything, and then in the playoffs, he scored like 3 touchdowns yesterday. Yeah, I think Seattle, man. I don't see anybody beating them right now. Like I said, I thought it was gonna be the Rams, but the way they just beat the dog shit out of disrespectfully beat San Francisco, which I loved.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be Seattle, and I want to say Houston.
Styles make fights though, because when the Rams go up against the Seahawks, it's always a close game because of division rivalry. So you never know. But like you said, they got to get past the Bears first, and that frigid weather in Chicago with that wind blowing.
I mean, Seattle and San Francisco was a division rival, and they beat them motherfuckers by 35.
Yeah, but like it all depends because I think then they split it in the regular season, Seattle and L.A.
I don't know what they did in the regular season, but I don't. I just think Seattle's like they got hot at the right time. Got the number 1 seed, rested our boy DeMarcus Lawrence, former Dallas Cowboy, forcing fumbles and getting sacks. He said when he left, I wasn't going to get a chance to play in the Super Bowl in Dallas. And I didn't, but a lot of people talk shit about him for saying that, including Michael Parsons when he was still with the Cowboys. And lo and behold, this motherfucker's 1 game away from the Super Bowl his first year because he's with an organization that actually wants to win at fucking football and none of that other bullshit. So I'll be cheering for DeMarcus Lawrence. I honestly, of everybody left, I want the Seahawks to win the most.
But one more point about like if it's the Rams and the Seahawks, I just trust Matt Stafford more than Brock Purdy. But Matt Stafford seems like he's the elder that just everything's clicking. He could put up points, but I don't like how the Rams defense has been looking. I think the offense is fine, just the defense, yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. First, we got to see what happens with Bears, Rams, and whatnot. I really don't care about the Patriots and Texans, even though I would like the Texans to win.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind the Texans winning. It's like I was talking to my buddy Ryan Saltello. I went to high school with. He's a big Patriots fan. He used to, we were in school. He had the fucking Patriots logo with the guy like bent over hiking the ball with the Liberty fucking outfit on. He's always been a Patriots fan. I was telling him,
even before they started winning, because that was before Tom Brady.
He's from in the Northeast, so he grew up a Patriots fan. But I was telling him, I said, yeah, something about y'all being on top for 20 years, rebuilding, and now 2 games away from the Super Bowl just don't sit right with me. The Cowboys haven't fucking sniffed it. So I'm really just hate watching it at this point.
Well, that comes to show you, because like you said, usually when you have a dynasty like that, they'll go through their rough periods before they build up. It just shows you that they have way better management than the Cowboys. We've been waiting to rebuild from our 90s.
We need to rebuild our front office.
Yeah, so like you said, that would suck, but it is what it is. I bet your friend was insufferable when they first started winning, like in the early 2000s.
No, he was actually like, he couldn't believe it. He's like, I mean, his team sucked his entire fucking life, and then they won a Super Bowl. He was like, oh my God. Now, by the time they got to like Super Bowl 8, I couldn't stand his motherfucking ass. By the time Brady was in like year 15, he was. But at the beginning, it was like, I was happy for him. And it went from being happy to being like, would you shut the fuck up? Like, nobody wants to hear about football. It's January. My team's done.
Jeez. You saw what Jerry said. I think they asked him about retirement and basically saying he ain't ready or something like that.
It's playoff time. I don't want to talk about that motherfucker. Um, the Knicks are doing well. The Vegas Knights are doing well. I ain't got time to be talking about Jerry Jones. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, the Knicks are doing well. You know, this is the I usually really get locked in the NBA right after the Super Bowl. So
I say they're
first
doing
start
well.
paying
They were doing well. They've lost like 7 out of 10, but they're still in third place in the East.
It's a little bad slide. Is something
Yeah.
wrong with Cat? Or I know Brunson's still playing because he's on my fantasy team. But is something wrong with Cat?
No, they're just having a bad patch. They're trying to. Mike Brown's like he's doing some weird coaching shit, like trying to get him ready for the playoffs. So I'm like, nigga, you got to make the playoff. I know you're in third place, but shit, you can't be losing 7 out of 10. But I think they'll be
Talk
all
about a coach who's had like 9 NBA lives. He's still coaching, and he's been like, I remember when he was with the Cavs like in the late 2000s, and he's just been keep getting these premier jobs. He's with the Lakers. I think he's with another team.
right. Has he ever won a championship?
Nope.
Jeez.
He keeps getting these premier jobs. Hey, he's like a good regular season coach. For some reason, when he gets in the playoffs, something happens.
Well, this is the year that everybody predicted the Knicks would fucking turn the corner and win it all. So he better get his shit together.
Hey, this is the perfect opportunity. Tatum is out for the Celtics, and Greek Freak their team ain't doing hot. I mean,
He wanted to be traded.
Greek Freak, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. But then I don't trust the Pistons, even though the Pistons like the #1 team. So, I mean, this is the perfect storm for the Knicks to finally try to break through.
Is Tatum still hurt from last year when he played the Knicks?
Oh, he's out. He's out for the whole season. It was like I think it's either Achilles or ACL.
Yeah, he tore his
So
Achilles against the Knicks in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, he's out for the whole season.
Damn. Yeah, I'm still worried about Indiana though. Them motherfuckers shoot the lights out when they want to.
Yeah, but they're like dead last in the whole conference, I think, because you know what's the Tyler Harrell's
Halliburton.
Am I messing up? Halliburton, yeah, Halliburton's out too for his injury, and they're the worst. So this is the year for the Knicks to possibly break through.
Well, let's get into some wrestling talk, EJ. A lot went on this past week. You had Trios Championships changing hands. You had WWE World Heavyweight Championship Tournament kickoff. WWE still overseas. The Royal Rumble is not this weekend, but the following weekend. They're not going to Saudi yet, are they? Why are they still overseas? Oh, the Royal Rumble's in Saudi.
Yeah, but they're coming back here and then going. I don't understand their schedule because they're overseas, but then they're coming back for the Canada Saturday night's main event next weekend, and then they're going back. That doesn't even make no sense. But
yeah, maybe they're flying from Canada and just
That's
they're
what
like, we gave you motherfuckers the holidays at home with your family. Say kiss them niggas goodbye in January, though, because your ass gonna be on the road.
Why didn't they do Canada first, then do the European tour? I don't understand.
Yeah,
and then you be close to Saudi, but whatever. I'm not the one that books this.
Then we had TNA Wrestling. We'll start with TNA. TNA moves to AMC. They finally get on a channel that most people have either in their home or on their app or whatever. It's not some Destination America or Access TV and all that other bullshit. It's on a huge network. They'll go live once a month, I believe. Or is it once every 2 weeks?
I think it's. I don't even think it's like a set thing. They just, whenever they go to these towns, they'll do like the live taping, and then the next day they'll tape like another episode for the following week. Sometimes they go 2 weeks live. I don't think it's any method to the madness.
They'll be here in March in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was gonna ask you if you.
Yeah, I plan on going. They'll be at the same arena that AEW's been running down by the airport, which I really like that arena. It's small enough. It's big enough to look big when it's packed, but it's small enough to where you don't have to worry about a lot of empty seats if you don't sell it out. So that'll be fun. WWE will be here in February, and I was trying to get tickets through my job, and I just realized I won't even be in the fucking country when they'll be here. So I'll miss out on NXT and Monday Night Raw will be here February 23rd and 24th. TNA will be here, and then I think MLW is coming too. We got a lot of pro wrestling coming through in Atlanta in the next couple months.
Yeah, yeah. I think the next time close to my area, they'll be in St. Louis for SmackDown in April. So I might go there since I'm not going to Mania. Um, but that's one thing I still haven't checked off my wrestling quote unquote bucket list is going to an Impact taping. I've been to pay per view. You even know I went to that pay per view. I've been to a house show like in '06, but I still haven't been to a TV taping yet or for like a weekly show. So
Yeah, I ended up being front row at one in Vegas when one of my trips to Vegas when I first started going. It was Mickey James like retirement tour, and my girlfriend was like, "I'll get you front row tickets if you want to go." So we sat front row, and fucking we were sitting there interacting with the wrestlers and shit like that. And she left to go get us a drink, and I shit you not, as soon as she left to turn the corner, fucking Tommy Dreamer like chopped Steve Macklin right in front of me, and he's like, "Give me your drink." And I handed Tommy Dreamer my drink, and he's like, "No, not the full one. Give me the empty one with just the ice." And he slaps fucking Steve Macklin across the face with it. And my girlfriend sits back down. I'm like, "You ain't gonna believe what just happened."
man, how are you always at the right place at the right time? You was right in Swerve's Grill during TV.
I don't know,
They're on
man.
commercial.
It always happens like that. I mean, if you remember a couple years ago when I went to AEW, fucking Shane Strickland like pushed Daniel Bryan's head into my lap and like chopped him when we were sitting in the front row.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was on TV. I think I put it on my Instagram. I'll show you the video. It was a taping for Collision, and so Saturday night my phone starts ringing. My buddy that I work with, he's like, "Rucker, where you at?" I was like, "I'm at home." Why? He's like, "Man, I just saw a nigga on TV look just like you, front row wrestling." I was like, "Oh yeah, that was me."
Hope this was your black friend.
Yeah.
That'd be funny with something else.
No, he's Puerto Rican.
Whoa. No,
You know they think they got the pass, so he's Puerto Rican. But yeah, shit like that just always happens. It's always a lot of fun. I'm hoping I can make the TNA show. They're doing Thursday live here, and then they're doing another one on Friday. At the very least, I want to go to the Friday one because then I ain't got to work the next day. I can get drunk, get a little crazy.
That'd be dope. Maybe you could go to both.
Maybe depends on how much they are. I could probably go to both of those shows with really good seats, and I won't be able to get into a WWE show for the total price.
They still on that type of time. I hadn't checked the prices in a while for WWE.
Now I was looking at tickets here in Atlanta, and me and my buddy Joey, when we go, we sit in the 105 section, and we used to pay like $40 to $50 to sit there. Really good seats. $500 now.
That's ridiculous. I thought like they might check the temperature of the room and be like, let's bring them down just a slight bit, but they gotta pay those shareholders. It's disgusting.
There's some tickets in like the 200 section, EJ, that are like $800 because they're official platinum, which I don't even know what the fuck that means. You're just putting a name on a ticket and charging outrageous money. It doesn't come with anything.
Maybe, like you said, 200. Maybe it's in the box, the suite.
It didn't say that. It just said official platinum, but maybe you're right.
Either way, I always thought box and suites were overrated. I know they got amenities, drinks, food, and all that, but as far as witnessing an event, you're like away from the ambience of the fans and the energy, and it's very far down to see whether you're in a stadium or arena. It's like far from the actual action of the ring actually seeing. I know they got monitors in there, but
Yeah.
it seems like pretty pretentious for just the ritzy people that are just there to socialize.
I will say that at Nashville SummerSlam, we all went in on a suite, and I thought it was pretty dope. Like, you got the stadium seats still. It's open air, so there's no glass like separating you. So you're still kind of getting the energy of the crowd. It was kind of far away, but it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Like having your own little private bathroom and hostess and shit like that. Now, would I pay for that on my own? Shit, no. But we all did like $200 each, and fucking, it was pretty dope.
Yeah, like I said, I guess it's just if you had a big crowd and they're basically to socialize and because I bet you were up there, but I bet there's sometimes you weren't even paying attention to the action. You were
Oh
just
shit, no.
chopping it up with people.
I had to watch SummerSlam all over again when I got home. Like,
Yeah.
I think I even went and like met up with you for a minute, like left the fucking suite and went and hung out with you. Yeah, it was very fucking like far away. I will say that, but it was still a lot of fun until they turned those goddamn lights on over the ring.
Yeah, that was annoying, but Yeah, it'll be dope. Like it'd be dope if you get to go to TNA. Like I'm sure the tickets aren't that bad.
No.
But they're probably 50 something.
Yeah, I mean, we sat second or third row for Mickey James versus Jordan Grace that happened a couple years ago at a pay-per-view, and the tickets were like less than $50, I think, at center stage. So, but
That's
this was a little bit bigger of a place. But let's get into TNA this past Thursday. They debuted on AMC. A lot to be talked about as far as production and what you thought of the show, how it went, because I came away from it scratching my head. What'd you think of the show?
I'm in the same boat as you. I feel like so Matt Hardy was on online. I can't remember where I heard it from or watched it from. I don't know whose platform he was on, but he was like, he wants it to be a variety show, and it felt like that, like very scattershot, not focused, just there to pop a rating. Yeah, AJ Styles come out, not even to wrestle or set up a match, just to basically get eyes on it. I don't even know how much that worked, and then you had a bunch of randomness, and basically what they did back in after a little bit after the Bound for Glory and getting the belt off Santana is just to set up for people to watch them get it back on the premiere. I don't really like booking in that set. It's like you're going out of your way just to do something instead of letting things happen organically. You had a couple of debuts, which were like, oh, okay. But overall, I just thought it was all over the place. And I don't know. I don't know how you felt about it.
So there's a bunch that was going on with TNA, and I'll give them a pass on a couple things. Like, a lot of people had visa issues and couldn't get back into the country, right? So they didn't have access to their entire roster. I get that. But here's the thing. There's 3 matches. You got it right there on your shirt. It says total nonstop action. This action will stop like a motherfucker. There was a whole lot of talking by a whole lot of people that didn't need a microphone. I'm a big fan of Ash by Elegance in the whole thing. But that whole segment was just... If somebody that I respected was watching that with me and they had never seen wrestling before, I'd be embarrassed by that shit. But they didn't have access to their entire roster, including who I think is one of their biggest stars, Leon Slater. And here's what pisses me off. WWE sent AJ Styles to kick off TNA. I would imagine they said, no physicality. We don't need you getting hurt on TNA's shit. You can go there, you can cut a promo, you can do a backstage thing. We don't need you in the ring. Leon Slater, trapped in England, this nigga's wrestling on SmackDown. He belongs to TNA. If we can't have AJ Styles, you can't have fucking Leon Slater. But they're just getting little broed by WWE as fucking usual. So now one of our biggest stars is not on our TV show on the debut of AMC, but y'all can catch him on the USA Network on SmackDown on Fridays.
So I follow some things, like some pages on Facebook. They're not dirt sheets, because when I think of dirt sheets, I think of them spoiling stuff in the future. It's kind of like news reporting, which is a little bit better. I'm hearing that the plan was always to have Leon Slater go over. WWE wanted to borrow him. I heard it's maybe not visa issues, but that's what they're saying online just to save face, because they wanted him to do the tour over there, because they do like house shows over there, and they wanted him to do that. So what do you think about that? If that's true, if it's not really visa issues, it's just because he had a schedule and they wanted him over there.
I think that's awful by TNA to say, yeah, take one of our youngest, brightest up-and-coming stars that we want the world to see, because when this guy wrestles, it's fucking magic. And we want everybody to see it. Nah, we ain't gonna have him on AMC. You can come back in a couple weeks, because he ain't gonna be there next week either, because they've already done the recording. So I don't know, maybe week 3 or 4, if we haven't lost all the fucking new people that we got, they'll get to see Leon Slater. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when he's on SmackDown, I didn't hear them say, yeah, you can catch him Thursday nights on AMC. They sure did a lot of promoting the fucking NXT's upcoming event on TNA, though. Like, they're just getting... I get it. They ended up with a TV contract out of it, and it's probably helping their brand out a lot. But WWE really is taking advantage of these motherfuckers. Like, it's like they fucking Bill Cosby they're drinking. They're just having their way with them.
Okay, there's a lot. There's a lot to unpack with this. So on the women's side of things, I think they're fine. You know, you got the former Xia Li. I always forget her. Lei Ling Lee, is that her TNA name? She's a champion. She's a good champion. And they just debuted Elena Black, former Cora Jade. I think she'll be a good person to stick in there, even though I wasn't the biggest Cora Jade fan. Then you got the co-GM with Sonya Deville, now Daria Ray.
There's a lot of WWE people you're talking about.
Yeah, a lot of WWE people. But as far as the men's, I think they're in tough shape as far as the men's side of things go on. I mean, we probably would have talked about this later on, but it was a breaking news story this past week. The newest signees to WWE, AEW's roster, they just lost 4 big pieces. The Rascalz, Myron Reed, Desmond Xavier, I was gonna say Nash Carter,
Trey
that's his
Miguel.
WWE name. Trey Miguel and Zach Wentz. I don't think people realize how big of a loss for TNA that is. Not to mention that you lost Jake something, who was also like a kind of like a homegrown star there. You lost Joe Hendry. He's over at WWE now. It's just a bunch of the thing about TNA post Spike era. It was a good mix of people, WWE people trying to kind of rehabilitate themselves and recreate themselves. But you also had a lot of young talent that people may have not known about building themselves up. I feel like it's all like former WWE talent. And how's that going to bring eyes to you? And like you said, one of your youngest stars you have over there, you let WWE borrow him. So I don't know how good a shape they are right now. What you got, Kaz and Dolph Ziggler to rely on now? Like, who's the other stars over there right now? They're really depleted right now.
I'll hit on a couple of things you talked about there. This show felt like if I was a TNA wrestler for the past 3 or 4 years, take a guy like AJ Francis, right? Been here working my ass off. I came here when nobody else wanted to come here. People can say, oh, you didn't have anywhere else to go, all you want to. I came here when nobody else wanted to come here. I've worked my ass off trying to get this brand over. Now we're debuting on AMC, and all y'all are doing is making all these fucking WWE retreads. Like, no disrespect, but who the fuck cares about Sonya Deville being the GM? Is Cora Jade really that big of a fucking star to where you're not gonna have your women's champion or your all your women's contenders that are on there over her? You could put Racism Tweet Face on there instead of her. At least she's been in the fucking company.
I'd rather neither. Like you said, put AJ Francis on there. And then speaking of that, I mean, I watched half of Genesis last night and the other half this morning. That was a really good match between him and what's my guy's name?
Rich Swann.
Rich Swann. They tore it down. So yeah, I
AJ's in
understand.
good shape now. AJ's fucking losing weight too.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be shocked if he's world champion this year.
That sucks that a lot of people just remember him from the over-top debacle. People always bring that up, but he's done a good job of rebranding himself with his whole run in the money in First Class and whatnot. But yeah, I don't understand.
But the entire show to me, EJ, was WWE people that we don't give a fuck about. Cora Jade, Sonya Deville, Santino, Dolph Ziggler had a big show, which I got to bring this up later before we move on from this. Fandango and his retirement speech, like, what are we doing? Why is this on your first show? You have all this good young talent. Put a fucking X Division match on there. Oh, that's right, you're X Division champions on fucking SmackDown. I don't know, have an X Division #1 contenders match with Ultimate X. Put something that TNA is known for on TV on AMC. Instead, it was just a big fucking... It was like the Temu version of WWE on Netflix the first night. Like, it was just them beating off everybody that has helped get them there the whole time. And that's not what TNA was built on.
I mean, who do you really? I get what you're saying. You know, that's one of your things that you know, your signature things is the X Division. But I don't even know if they have any one to put on a match. You got me another WWE former WWE. I love Cedric Alexander, but he's still like a former WWE. He's the only one I can really see being in that spot. Like,
You could have him. You could have Mustafa Ali. You could
yeah,
have
another X WWE.
yeah, but I mean these are guys that have been in TNA for a while though, not people that are debuting from WWE. Like I said, like Sonya Deville, really, and Cora Jade. Like Cora Jade is exactly what everybody thinks Liv Morgan is. That Liv Morgan can actually wrestle. Cora Jade can't. Liv Morgan just happens to be hot. Cora Jade's trying to be hot and like use her sexuality. I don't know. I don't get it.
I was gonna say, did you at least like the Mr. Elegance, AJZ, and a guy who was on used to be in like OVW and like how
No
they got
idea
like a
who
male
that
guy.
is. That was the most ridiculous fucking thing I've ever seen before. It was like, what are we fucking doing? Like, it was like 10, 15 minutes long, that fucking segment. You don't have anything you can do better than that?
Guy's at least in good shape. I wish I look like he had a carb in his life, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. That was very odd and awkward. But as far as the Dangle situation, you didn't have to have a long retirement speech. But I am curious, who you think is going to replace him in the system? They're going to be announcing it next Thursday.
Do they need to replace him? Like, is he really that important of a piece?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of came in after they already. He came in like a few months or like maybe like half a year after they already formed anyway. So he's always the bonus.
You know, there's some motherfuckers at work that quit or retire or whatever, and you just keep on going, don't miss a beat without them there. Like,
Yeah.
You don't really have to replace them because they really didn't bring a goddamn thing to the table. That's Fandango.
Well, I was wondering, he's like in his early 40s. Why is he retiring? Is he hurt?
I don't
Seems
know.
like that's a random retirement. Like, do you really need to retire? I feel like you still be getting checks. Like, you got it like that where you can retire that early. And I've
Maybe.
never always been a mid card guy. Yeah, maybe he was doing things with stocks and trades
Yeah,
and
maybe
stuff.
he took that WWE money and was investing in real estate and
Yeah.
shit like that.
That's gotta be with it. Like you said, it's one of those guys who retire. Like, oh, like if I saw him in person, I'd be like, hey, that's Dango, and keep it moving.
I mean, in his 40s, maybe he's tired of fucking working out all the time, trying to stay in shape. Shit just ain't worth it no more.
Maybe that is. He's just tired of it. I don't know. It was a interesting whole show overall. I watched what you call it, Genesis, like I said, half yesterday and half today. And I was just watching this to make sure they didn't do no BS because you know you had Nick Nemeth lingering over that main event. And
With Shawn Michaels
luckily
referee outfit on.
I was just about to say that it was like almost identical. He did it on purpose. Like he always leaned into being like Billy Gunn and Shawn Michaels' love child, but for some reason it never really resonated with me like that. I've never been a Dolph Ziggler guy like that.
Before we get to Genesis, I got one more thing about TNA on AMC.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Santana wins the world title. The show goes off the air, and apparently an angle is run after the show goes off the air. Sonya Deville comes out, says Nick Nemeth gets to call a shot. I haven't even seen all of it yet. But you run a world title angle after the show goes off the air and put it online. Meanwhile, you got this guy in a fucking Furby outfit dancing around with Ash by Elegance. Cut that shit off and have this on TV. This is a tease for your next couple of episodes. Why the fuck is it online and not on TV? Who's booking? Like, what are we doing? All of a sudden they get a TV contract and they forget how they fucking got here?
Yeah, like that was a miss on their part. One other thing that kind of grinds my gears, kind of random, and I guess some people might not really care about. Why is Carlos Silva? He's the president, like the real president, non-kayfabe, like shoot president. Why is he always there presenting the belts? Like if it was like that'd be like if Nick Khan and Tony Khan, people would have their shit, their panties
I
in a
kind of
wad.
like it. It's like Dana White does it.
Yeah, I don't really like Dana White doing it.
I don't know. You're the fucking
random.
you're the guy in charge. It's showing me that you're fucking one, always there. Two, you're invested in the product, and three, you're showing that like We're not just gonna let the referee hand you the belt. Like, I'm the fucking president. You just won. I'm not even gonna hand you the belt. I'm gonna put the fucking belt around your waist because you deserve it. You're the champ. I don't know. I kind of like it.
I don't know. If it's wrestling, it's not like a stick and ball sport. I feel like if he's gonna be out there, he should be storyline wise or something.
No. I see. This is where we disagree. I like the fact that he's not involved in the story. That he's just like straight up and down the president. Like, I'm here to present the champion with the title. I'm here to fucking, I'm not keeping law and order. I got fucking Santino for that. Like, they can do whatever they want. I'm not gonna. He's He's what I wish Jerry Jones was. Like, I hired these people to run the show. Whatever they do, that's what they do. I'm not getting involved. But when the champion wins, I'm going to give them the belt and I'm going to get the fuck out of the way. I don't know. I kind of like it.
Even if, because Tony Khan has been involved slightly, I think he got Power Driver. So if he starts doing that, no involvement with the storylines, you like seeing him out there putting the belt on people every week?
Well, I think it's too late for TK, though, because he's already been in a storyline or two.
Okay,
So
what about Nick Khan?
Nick Khan? It'd be kind of a ripoff, though. Because now you've seen TNA do it. Now you're going to do it?
Okay, like you said, they ripped off Dana White. Dana White still does it.
But they're the first ones in pro wrestling that did it.
I don't know. It's just one little.
Like, I said, it's not. Fat ass ain't getting in and out of the ring 5 or 6 times a night.
It's just a slight thing that annoys me. Like, I'm not gonna quit watching because of it. I'm like, he's putting belts on people. But yeah, like you said, I guess it shows that he's there. But
yeah,
what can you do?
TNA Genesis was this weekend, EJ. I watched it this morning. Overall, I thought, and I hate to be so negative about TNA, their first show, but I was so excited about it. I watched it live, and I just came away so disappointed. But Genesis turned everything around, and they were like, okay, here we go. We're back to TNA cooking again. I really enjoyed the pay-per-view. What about you?
Yeah, I enjoyed the pay-per-view. It was almost like AEW style, just putting on good matches and no nonsense. Because like I said, I thought they were going to go towards the nonsense based on the main event, but Dolph Ziggler, he tried to cash in, and then Santana wasn't a stupid babyface like we talked about dumb babyface last week.
He kind of was.
No, he was like, I'm not letting you take it out. He attacked him before he could cash in, though.
So here's, and I'm being picky about this, but here's where he was a dumbass babyface. One, why are you trusting Dolph Ziggler? The match is over. His trophy is right there that he can cash in. He's already told you that he wants to cash in. He's no longer referee when the match is over. Like, he's the enemy now, right? You trust him, you get a zigzag. As soon as it happened where he did the spin the block, I thought to myself, you know what would have been cool? If he would have got up behind Dolph Ziggler's back, saw Ziggler was about to cash in, and then laid back down, let the referee start the match, then hit the spin the block, pin him, and fuck up his cash in.
Play possum?
Yeah. If he would have stood up, got ready to hit him, kind of looked around, and then laid back down like he was still fucked up, and when Ziggler went to pick him up and the match actually started, fucking fuck his shit up and pin him. Ziggler would have never saw it coming. And now he can't cash in anymore. Now you've eliminated both of those.
I get it. In a shoot scenario, that would have been the thing to do. But of course, they're trying to keep this on Ziggler for long. I think Ziggler's going to be successful in cashing in, just not now, somewhere down the line. I get what you're saying, but obviously they still want Ziggler to hold on to it for a little while.
Right.
So is it smart? He could have been smarter, like you said, but at least he, warded it off.
Also, like, give me something more, like, carryable than a fucking trophy. It ain't got to be a briefcase. Give me a fucking contract, like a clipboard or something. All right, carry his fucking trophy around and cash it in.
Yeah. Christian had that clipboard.
Or a belt.
It was all dented up.
Yeah.
No more belts. I'm tired of seeing these belts.
Give me like a fanny pack or something like that. You know what I mean? Like with a little one of them little desk trophies on there. Why I gotta carry this big fucking thing through the airport, getting stopped at check-in and shit, TSA.
Yeah, that is probably annoying carrying that around the airport. But yeah, be creative with it. I like a contract, like you said. Just carry a contract with the clipboard. But,
Tabitha in the chat says, or a ring. Well, Tabitha, they have a ring in AEW. They don't want to bite their style, but a ring would be dope too. Like a fucking fantasy championship ring.
yeah, or a medal or something. Something. Yeah, spice it up, switch it up.
Yeah. Anything. This motherfucker carrying around a big fake. And the trophy looks cheap.
I hadn't really paid attention to the details, does it? Does it look cheap?
Yeah, it looks cheap. The shit looks thin. It looks like some shit you would get if you won a fantasy league.
Have you done a league where they had trophies? The only thing is I've been in was money.
I have a trophy right here.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's when you really in some hardcore leagues when they do the trophies. Oh, that's dope. It got the beer bottles for people that are listening. They got
It's from
2
2012 though, and it's got my name on it. 2012 Fantasy Football League champion. My team name was Discount Double Check These Nuts because I had Dez and Aaron Rodgers.
I was thinking, I'm like, man, you've been doing fantasy a long time. That was the first year of my league. No, the first year was 2013. But damn, I've been doing fantasy for a long. I haven't won yet. How many times have you won?
I think I've won 5.
That's a lot.
I won the Covino and Rich League 1 year. I've won my league 1 year. I won a league with a bunch of people I don't know before. Yeah, I think I won 5 of them.
I did win one. It was like it was a different league that's no longer, it's been discontinued, and I caught the owner of the league cheating too, so, and we never got paid out.
Oh damn.
Yeah, because I was noticing it, and I'm like, this week, because he kept winning, and I'm like, why does he keep winning? And then I noticed the game where he lost. Then I checked a couple days later, the stats were being manipulated, and he's the only one that had the power to do it. Yeah, and I called him out. And then it stopped like close to the playoffs. He saw that I caught him, and he stopped, and I won that league, and didn't even get my money. So F that.
A lot of leagues like with people that you don't know, I usually do League Safe, which in League Safe the commissioner can't just divvy the money out how he wants. It has to be voted on. So that's a good way to stop shit like that. But like Covino and Rich League and my league, like everybody knows who I am, so I just do Venmo now because League Safe you actually have to pay a fee. So if your dues are like $50, it comes out to like 55, I think.
Yeah, I think the thing with that league, this is like back in 2014 or so, is that the money was never collected. It's not like somebody collected and kept it.
The worst.
The money was supposed to be collected, but never was collected. So
that's why I'm always like, you got until the week before the draft to pay, and if you don't, then I'm gonna get your ass out of here. And I got people that want to play. Like I had to kick my brother out 1 year because he wouldn't pay. He didn't pay the year before, and I ended up coming off of money for it. And then he was like, yeah, had to kick him out.
Your own flesh and blood? That's cold-blooded. But that trophy, was that trophy already designed, or did y'all design it?
No, we got to pick the beer that we wanted, and we got to pick the inscription that's on there once the winner won, and then they send it to, I don't think that website exists anymore, but I've had this trophy for fucking 13 years now. 14 years, I think.
Keep it clean.
Yeah. And then in my league, we got the championship belt now, where every year, whoever wins, I add a little nameplate on the thing. I'm kind of running out of room right now. And then if the champion wants it, they can have the belt for a year. They just have to make sure they send it to the next person. Last couple people that won haven't wanted it, though. They didn't want to deal with it, so I've got it in storage.
Yeah, we do that on Haymaker. We do picks we keep track of our picks, and whoever gets the most rated picks for the whole year, we got a championship belt. I've gotten it. I gotten it 3 years in a row. Even though this year was, like the first year I blew everybody out of the water. Second year was a little closer, but I still won pretty comfortably. But this year I was trailing Admire like the whole year, and I came back from behind. Like it came down to the last pay-per-view of the year. So I don't know.
I'll see Admire in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, you going to Kansas City? Yeah.
Yep. Hopefully it's not snowing there.
Yeah, hopefully not. I hate snow, but yeah, I'll be in Houston that weekend. I wish I would. If not, I would have came up there and chilled. But yeah, man.
Back to TNA Genesis. We went way out of the way. I enjoyed the AJ Francis match. I really enjoyed the Lei Ying Lee and Sol Ruka Zarya match. I thought it was a little bit of a clusterfuck at the end with Zaya Brookside and Sol Ruka and the Elegance brand all getting involved. And I know it didn't look the best, Zaya hitting her finisher on Zarya, but I think it made it look real though, right? Like this
Zarya's bigger than her.
Yeah, this is a big woman, and I've met Zaya Lee in person. She's not that big. She's tiny. She's like 4 or 5 inches shorter than me, and I mean she's built like a fucking brick shit house though. Like I'm not gonna try to act like she's not strong, but Zarya's pretty big, a lot bigger than her. So her hitting that finish kind of in slow mo, I don't know. I thought it made it look more real than made it look like a dance, which I enjoyed. But I thought that was a really good match. I thought Santana and Kaz had a good street fight with Ziggler fucking getting involved and not getting involved. Like I thought overall this pay-per-view was really good.
Yeah. One thing the match was fine, but the triple threat with Hendry and Cedric Alexander and Moose, like you brought Hendry back just to be 2 of your stars that you need. I mean, it was Cedric Alexander, but like I said, I feel like he could be bigger than what he is right now, and he's just taking pins. Like I understand he has to do what's right for his family, but he could have been over there with the Hurt Business if he'd be used like this. I guess, but people don't care about that behind the scenes. It's funny.
You kind of had the whole thing with his wife calling Tony Khan a racist after she got fired, and I don't really.
He's been on record saying like he would love to work with him. I think it's something on Tony Khan's end where Tony Khan's probably stubborn. He's like, I ain't bringing him in. Fuck him and his wife.
I mean, if your wife calls me racist, I probably don't want to do business with you.
Yeah, because Alexander was on record. He's like, yeah, I want to be close to working in AEW. Like you said, it's Tony Khan probably like, your wife called me racist. Just crying, but it is what it is. Like, and I never really get like the point of triple. This is just me nitpicking too. I never really got the point of triple threat matches if it's for nothing. Nothing's on the line. If the belt's not on the line or contendership's not on the line. Yeah, what's the point?
I agree.
Or if it's not like
like if there's an issue, like last year's WrestleMania night 1. All right, there's an issue between these 3 motherfuckers. Get in the ring, fight about it. This was no issue. There was no long storyline. It was just a fucking triple threat thrown together. Nobody got anything from winning it.
Yeah. Like you said, no hatred on the line, no bet on the line or contendership on the line. And it's from you met somebody that not in the company wins. Why couldn't it just been one-on-one with Moose? I think they did that just to get more butts in the seat. Because even though we're not big Joe Hendry fans still like going along with him. But that's just my one nitpick from the show. Everything else was good.
Joe Hendry, his value goes down significantly when Booker T's not on the microphone when he comes out.
He tried to sing his song.
Oh my god! If you never heard Booker T during Joe Hendry's entrance, look at last week's NXT and listen to him. He's fucking hilarious.
He's like messes up the words on purpose.
He's like, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm not gonna sing nothing. And then as soon as the music comes in, I believe in Joe Hendry. And I can't think of the other commentator's name. He's like, I thought you weren't gonna say nothing. He's like, be quiet, wave your hands from side to side.
Damn, I'm zipping on his name as well. Not Corey Joseph. Todd. Nah, damn, I forgot.
Todd Pettengill.
Vic Joseph.
Todd Pettengill.
Nah, it's Vic Joseph. I don't know how I got to me all of a sudden. I don't even know who Todd Pettengill is. That an old WWE?
You don't remember Todd Pettengill from back in the day, dog? From like
he used to pop up on the house shows, not a house show, in your houses and stuff.
Yeah, he was in the 90s.
Yeah,
Doc Hendricks.
Yeah, Michael Hayes. I don't even know why they made his name Doc Hendricks. That's weird. Yeah.
Who else used to be there that was a fucking... Todd Pettengill was the guy. He used to host Superstars, I think, in the morning. There was another young guy. Oh, Michael Cole, duh. with his fucking highlights.
This was 2000s. I remember Grimshaw.
Oh yeah,
And he's now a boxing commentator.
Josh Matthews.
And Josh Matt is. I always thought he should have won Tough Enough instead of Maven.
Even did all right. He eliminated the Undertaker from the Royal Rumble.
Never my cup of tea. He was always like the generic wrestler. They never really gave him nothing to work with as far as gimmick and.
I actually liked Maven. I liked Maven and I liked Nydia.
It was okay. Yeah, like I said, I was a Josh Matthews. Tough Enough was dope the first couple seasons, and then just kind of,
Yeah. The original Tough Enough was really good. That fucking retread they did, and then this, what's it called now? LFG. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I watched the first couple seasons for some reason. LFG. Yeah.
Too much Bully Ray and Undertaker on there for me.
And I don't like how they got rid of Mickey James.
For the Undertaker's wife.
Nepotism at its finest.
They also kicked his co-host off the podcast to bring his wife on.
They did?
Yeah, the guy that fucking helped him create it. They kicked him off and brought his wife on.
Hey, it's a business for TKO. They don't care, man.
They just make Michelle McCool out to be such a fucking star, and she's so not. Like, she's awful.
Yeah, it is what it is. Oh yeah, before I forget, one thing before we move on, the tag team match. I was going to get your thoughts on, like, we are really talking about the Righteous, them coming over from AEW, and how you feel about them, because the tag team division is pretty thin too.
If you got a stomach that big, you shouldn't be wearing dress clothes with your shirt tucked in.
I just man to wear. It's part of like the cult gimmick.
I'm just telling you how I feel. You might as well be barefoot. Like, I can't take you seriously.
You remember you've seen people built like that gone to church with the suspenders and
yeah, but they wasn't getting into fist fights.
It's true.
They couldn't go toe to toe with Jeff Hardy.
It's true. You think they're gonna eventually get the belts off? I'm not into
Somebody get Deacon Williams' ass off that top rope. What is he doing up there? He's supposed to be collecting the money. Get your ass off that top rope, Deacon Williams.
Yeah, I think this is all about. I think Matt Hardy's totally in creative control. He's been going out of his way to make a point of like downplaying AEW. Like, he's on a podcast calling them niche and how you should be this big creative company and how you should be a variety show. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like he's almost in the Bully Ray, how Bully Ray thinks of himself higher than what he really was back in the ECW days and all that. And like,
yeah, I think Matt Hardy was bigger than Bully Ray there.
That's true, but all right. So
I think
I'll
I'll say this. I think Jeff Hardy is clearly bigger than Matt Hardy, like in the lore of the fans' eyes. But the Hardy Boys together are like way more iconic than the Dudley Boys.
Definitely, like, feel like they've inspired a whole generation of wrestlers and fans. You always hear fans like, I used to try to jump off my couch because of the Hardy Boys. You don't hear people say that about the Dudley Boys.
These niggas had Jinko jeans still in style, like 20-something years later.
I was saying more so on the like behind the scene things, how Bubba Ray thinks he could be a writer backstage and how he thinks he's such a creative genius. That's more what I was pointing towards too. So I'm hoping they stick the landing with this storyline with them and the Righteous, because right now I'm like, it's okay. Like when you try to get a little bit too cutesy with it, because I love the broken Matt Hardy stuff, but that was 10 years ago. I haven't really been really invested in Matt Hardy like that. Once they went to the WWE and that kind of went away and lost its luster.
Yeah. So. Broken Matt Hardy was 10 years ago? God damn.
Yeah.
Time's flying, man.
Yeah, because I remember I was like watching on my tablet that's like when I first discovered the websites you could watch it on. That was the only way I could watch TNA. And I remember being in Portland, Oregon, like being really into it because it was like stuff we had never seen before. I remember watching it. I was staying in my best friend. I was staying with his sister. She had an extra room I was renting out, and I was watching it down there in the basement area.
I knew you'd come.
Yeah, that was 10 years ago. That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah. I remember him being on JR's podcast, in the height of broken Matt Hardy, and he stayed in character the entire interview.
Yeah, that's what I took notice of it too. Like when I really started, I think I like cut bits and pieces on social media, but he was on Jericho's podcast. That's why I heard it from him. And he was like calling people spot monkeys and stuff, and it made me laugh.
He said,
Yeah.
I could take my talents anywhere I want to. I could go to the honorable ring or maybe even subterranean lucha.
Yeah,
Talking about lucha underground.
yeah.
I don't know why that shit still makes me laugh all these
Yeah.
years later.
And he called,
Subterranean lucha.
and he was calling them the Bucks of Youth.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I can't remember what he called Vince, like the evil McMahon or something like that. McMahon or something
Vincent
like that.
McMahon.
Yeah, and three H's. I think he called them three H's or something like that. Triple H.
He sat around thinking about that shit for a long time. To just rattle all that bullshit off, it took a lot of talent.
Yeah, and then of course WWE watered it down.
Woken Matt Hardy.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with this little tag team there. Like I said, they're thin on tag teams as well.
Man, remember him and Bray Wyatt were together?
And that didn't hit like that. Like it was like a mid card, like lower mid card thing that when they're tag team champions.
I didn't even know they were
'Cause-
champs. I thought they were like trying to get along, but eventually it was going to turn into beef between them. I can't even remember how it went.
They made tag team champions. I think one of them got hurt, maybe Bray, and then it just went away. And they made them like they were like the battle royal. They made them do like the battle royal like on a pre-show. Like a lot of it happened on like I said the lower card. I feel like it didn't take advantage of what that could have been. I know one thing. For some reason, I remember this specific thing. The week they let them do something with the New Day. They let them do the whole cinematic thing with the New Day, and people really like that. I'm like, all right, they finally letting them do creative things that he did on TNA. The next week, Bryan Danielson announced he was coming back, and that kind of like took the momentum, and they really put it on the back burner after that.
Yeah. Just well, if we're done with TNA, we'll stick with WWE. They have a world title tournament going on where 4 matches happen, and now you got 4 winners that are all going to compete next Saturday on Saturday night's main event, with the winner getting a shot at Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship, because Drew McIntyre put in the contract for his match with Cody that Cody doesn't get a rematch if he loses. Phenomenal. Dumb ass babyface. How you gonna not read the contract?
That's just bad business overall. Even if it's kayfabe, like why would you not read the contract?
Why are we making our main babyface such a dumbass? This is 2 weeks in a row now. Now the nigga can't read.
But it's interesting how they pick and choose. So they don't even, sometimes they don't even give immediate rematches, even if they don't bring up the contract. So sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. I guess you got to put it in the contract now from a TV perspective, a character. I don't know, but yeah, that's stupid of him not to read the contract.
All jokes aside, Randy Orton wins, Trick Williams wins, Sami Zayn wins, and Damian Priest wins. Of these 4, I want Trick to win the most. But I want Trick to win with the caveat that he wins the title at Royal Rumble, which I don't think is going to happen yet. But this fucking guy's over, man. Like, did you see that entrance this week?
Yeah, and you got the overseas boost too. With the fans are always raucous, but yeah, like
Agreed. But what's happening now is people in America are watching that and they're like, I want to chant whoop that Trick. So when they do come back home, when that music hits, now America's got to fucking do the same thing.
And it's gonna be even louder because it was already loud when he was over here. When he debuted, it was over here. But then, like you said, you see the British fans go wild. Now America is gonna want to top them, and I mean, yeah, he's over. Like I said a couple shows ago, why not have somebody go straight to the main event scene and just skip the mid card? I'm with you. Like, it would be interesting if he were to win and then win the title, but I think it's a little bit too soon. But
yeah, my thing is, he's got the charisma, he's got the look, he's got the chops for it. I just don't know that in ring he's ready to be in the main event every week.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's, like I said, as long as you're serviceable in the ring, but when you got the championship, it's gonna be a whole lot more
Right.
eyes on you. So you got to make sure you're ready. And like you said, I don't know if he's ready for that spot, but I would like for him to have a more prominent spot. Well, not a prominent spot. This first WrestleMania, I'd like to see him have a nice match.
And if they were to turn him babyface, I think it'd be easier to have a match as a baby because babyface the formula of a wrestling match is a babyface gets their ass whooped and sells most of the time, and then they blow their comeback at the end, and then it kind of goes back and forth. But having to be the guy in charge and doing all the work and the movement, I don't think he's ready for that yet. I think he would be a good babyface though, but he's just so goddamn cocky that if you made him a babyface, you take away the charisma that he's got.
And because he started off as Melo's right hand man, and then it kind of organically turned into a face over in NXT. One thing where it was like a little low, and I want them to learn from their mistakes. When he was the champion, his like the fanfare kind of died down because he was like this serious champion, no nonsense. When they do turn him face organically, I want him to be more like Rock-esque, dip into the comedy and serious at the same time, and keep making fun of people and be that type of face, and then know when to turn it on and get serious, and just not have him be straight serious when he's a face, because that's kind of when it kind of had a small lull, and then he turned heel, and it was back up again when he turned heel and
Don't
TNA champion.
Don't lose your edge, basically. Like
Yeah,
you can be a babyface, but still keep your edge, still keep the attitude, the chip on your shoulder. I mean, people are cheering for you now as a heel, so when we turn you babyface, you can still do all that. You just can't cheat anymore.
exactly, because he was like the righteous baby. They kept him like in a righteous baby face spot, and it was like kind of awkward. And like I said, the fans weren't chanting as loud for him. But yeah, keep your edge, like you said, and just don't cheat.
Yeah. Um. Anything else happen on SmackDown of significance?
I thought it was a really good show. It was no nonsense. All the contendership matches. I can't remember what the women's match was.
Charlotte and Alexa. Did they have a tag match? I remember they had a backstage.
Julia was it? Yeah, I know somebody beat Julia.
Yeah. They beat Julia and Kiana James, and then got attacked by Nia and Lash Legend.
Yeah, so that was fine.
Then you had Chelsea Green versus Jordan Grace.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna bring up. I think Jade looks like $1 million, but what is really going on with her title reign right now? It's kind of weird to me.
Hadn't
I feel
defended
like
the
they're
title.
just. Yeah, I don't think she's defended. I think she had a match, but it was a non-title match.
Yeah.
I guess
She had the title for a month and a half now. No defenses.
Like I said, I don't know. I think they're just doing placeholders until Bianca gets back, but I don't think that does Jade any favors or any justice, really.
I don't think it does Jordan Grace anything, too, if she's not going to win. Because she couldn't win in NXT. She lost every championship match she had. Now she comes to SmackDown, gets right in Jade's face, gets a title shot. Now she's going to lose this, too.
So we said, it's almost like the opposite. We said Drake just needs to skip the mid card. I think Jordan Grace needs to be in the mid card and build her up, because she didn't, like you said, she didn't even win the NXT and she didn't win the mid card NXT championship, not even the North American or so. And then it was kind of shocked when she showed up to the Royal Rumble, but it seems like if that fanfare has kind of died down, she had really been getting reactions on TV.
I feel like them changing her music did a lot for that too. Like she had that siren music like Scott Steiner, and now she's got this generic like K-pop shit, and it just she comes out to no reaction. It's like I feel bad for her because she is a star. Like she's got a good look, she can wrestle in the ring. I'm not the biggest fan of her on the mic, but I don't know. I don't think they're doing her any favors.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I've said, I feel like I sound like a broken record. They need to do another draft and shake things up. I just feel like the way the women's rosters are kind of odd. And before I forget, speaking of stupid baby faces, kind of going off the beaten path. Like Stephanie McCure. So first of all, from a kayfabe perspective, why are you there if you're injured?
And why you trying to fight? You trying to fight this big old woman who done whooped your ass already, and you got security holding you back. Then you turn your back to her. You deserve to get your ass whooped.
That's bingo. That's where you like. They just broke y'all up. You know she wasn't gone for real. Why you turn around to pose for the camera? Like the danger was gone.
Right. No more danger. It's over. Yeah. The security's gonna hold her back. They're not gonna let her come fuck with me. You deserve to get your ass whooped.
I don't know. They need to shake these women's rosters up. You think so? You think both of these champions are going? The women's champions are going into WrestleMania champions?
I think Jade probably will. But I don't think either women's champion, like we always talked about this last week. Everybody wants new people at the top, right? Like we're tired of Becky, we're tired of Charlotte, we're tired of Nia Jax and Bianca and Rhea. Like give us new people. Well, they gave us new people. And it sucked. I was all on the Stephanie McCure like bandwagon. When the bell rings, she's great. Like, but her as the champion, I don't know, man. I think she's more suited for the IC title than the world title. I think give her the workhorse title. She didn't have to cut promos. She didn't have to have feuds and shit like that. Just ring the fucking bell and let her shine. But her as the world champion, I don't think her beef with Nikki Bella, and I don't think this beef is like doing anything for her positively.
So would you just because I know you're a fan of Becky having an IC title, so I guess you would want Liv to have the world title right now?
Oh fuck yeah. Let Liv go into fucking WrestleMania as the champ. Or have Liv beat her at WrestleMania. Liv needs to win the Royal Rumble.
So I don't know because I haven't done any digging, but it seems like from what I've seen on TV, they're setting up Bianca to come back and maybe win the Rumble. Maybe have Liv win the Rumble instead, have Bianca do Chamber.
Bianca just won the Chamber last year. And I love Bianca Belair. Like, she's one of my top 5 female wrestlers of all time already. And it hadn't been that long. But there's been, 8 women's Royal Rumbles already? And we're about to have somebody win for the second time twice? You already had Charlotte win twice. I think they should have went 10, 15 years before somebody repeated.
In a perfect world, I think I'm with you. I wouldn't mind seeing Liv being shot back up there, but they it's kind of predictable with some of this stuff. I just think they are kind of having her pivot and be like in the tag team division with Roxanne Perez right now. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be shocked if Liv does win the Rumble and Raquel ends up with the title. And now you got like a Judgment Day beef. Who you going to pick?
That'd be dope. Like you said, what I don't want to see another repeat winner, which means I don't want to see them do Rhea again, because that's still a possibility that might be Becky out there. I wouldn't be mad at Becky.
I don't want to see, and I love Becky. I don't want to see Becky. I don't want to see Rhea. I don't want to see Charlotte. I don't want to see Bianca. I don't want to see Asuka.
Has Io won it yet? Why not Io?
It was just in the world title picture last year. As great as the match will be, like, and it's a double-edged sword, right? Like we were just talking about it. We finally got new champions on top, and we're not feeling their reigns. But let somebody else win. I honestly, and this could be me fangirling, but give it to fucking Liv Morgan. She's never had a one-on-one WrestleMania title match. She's always in a tag team championship or a multi-women match or whatever. Like, Liv's fucking killed it for this company for the past 5 years. Give the woman a fucking title match at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I wouldn't disagree with you on that. I'm just thinking, man, when Rumble season comes up, I'm like, do they have the bodies to fill up 30 women? Because I know they always dip into NXT.
TNA.
But in TNA.
I wouldn't be shocked if Xia Li showed up with the TNA championship.
It's a trick that they're just gonna keep going back to. We saw with Mickey and Jordan.
Think they might have old racist Blanchard in there.
I think the ship has sailed for her. Thank goodness. I think she's burned too many bridges because she would have already been in a major company by now.
No, I'm saying from TNA. Would WWE let her come and enter the Rumble?
I don't think so. And we still didn't even throw out the fact that this year it's going to be overseas. Like, how many people are going to fly over from different companies just to pop up in a Rumble like that this year?
I mean, they all just take one big fucking plane there together. Just all meet in Sacramento and we'll fly together.
I think they've heard they're supposed to be flying out of Canada this year.
Yeah. Well, you get to Toronto, we'll take you to fucking Saudi Arabia and give you a paycheck.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be early in the day. I probably will, even though I'll be in Houston, I'll probably still get to watch it since it's happening so early.
The Rumble's less than 2 weeks away. And I feel like there's no build to. Cody just announced Friday that he's going to be in the Rumble. He's the first person to declare for it. I feel like there's zero story going into the Rumble this year. They don't even have any matches booked for it. They've been more focused on booking Saturday night's main event the week before.
I mean, they do have one match, even though we don't know the second opponent. Drew's defending. And yeah, besides that, no other matches. Usually they have 2 matches and then 2 Rumbles. So I don't know what's going. You think Punk may defend there, even though he's defending tomorrow?
I feel like who's he defending against tomorrow?
Finn Balor.
Oh yeah. I feel like it'll probably be Vaquer and Raquel at the Rumble.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Or maybe Jordan Grace and Jade.
I probably lean towards it'll be Raquel. I mean, how could you turn around? She's supposed to be hurt, quote unquote,
right?
And she just magically appears. So it probably, like you said, probably be Jaden and Jordan Grace.
You just brought up CM Punk. Let's move over to Monday Night Raw. This past week, Adam Pearce. My boy Adam Pearce is going through it this week. He fucking told Paul Heyman, like, you keep that barking motherfucker under control. And, you know, I'm not going to paint the picture for you, but shit hits the fan. Adam Pearce gets physically involved with Braun Strowman. At the end, he suspends Braun Strowman, and Paul Heyman says, well, you put your hands on him first. Now, technically, Paul Heyman's right. But if I'm the boss, and I'm telling you and your coworker, knock this shit off, and when I turn around and tell you, your coworker fucking continues to do what I said stop, and I turn around and tell him to stop, and now you fucking do the shit. Like, it's like working with children. I felt bad for my boy Adam Pearce.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what they're trying to do. I get it. They're trying to make Braun look unpredictable and badass. Like you said, it's almost like Pearce is dealing with children. At this point, you know, they did a pivot because Seth got injured, but just overall, what's the vibe like with the division? How do you feel about them right now?
I was feeling them for a minute until they started letting all these other fucking people in here like Logan Paul and Austin Theory, but I don't even understand what Braun's mad about. You lost.
Like clean too.
Right, as a whistle. What are you mad about? How you mad at everybody else? You ought to be spearing your goddamn self.
Yeah, I don't get it. And I'm just I always try to look forward and see like what's the ending? Like what are we trying to get to?
I mean, it wasn't too long ago. Adam Pearce was the number 1 contender to Roman Reigns' world title on SmackDown.
I forgot about that. He didn't even wrestle when that happened. Like they did a bait and switch. Who ended up wrestling that time?
No, they had the Usos just come out and beat the fuck out of his opponent and make him win.
But I thought but him and Roman didn't wrestle, did it?
No, they didn't end up wrestling, but
yeah,
in order for Pearce to win. Also, aesthetically looking, I don't need my badass heel that I think is going to be the future of the company to look smaller than the general manager.
Scrap that, former NWA champion.
Yeah, both general managers are former NWA World champions.
Yeah, I wonder if they did it on purpose, but I digress.
I don't know, but I know my dog Nick Aldis. This shit wouldn't have happened under his watch.
Yeah,
that's a man of fucking decorum and respect over there on SmackDown.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to get off track, but I do want to bring up because they always compare Oba and Braun as like the future. I feel like Oba's upside is way more than Braun. I don't know. For some reason, something's missing with Braun with me. Like you said, even though he's bigger than both of us, but he's like 6'1". He doesn't just have that aura like a Oba though. It's like a big person. Like he's stuck with like an in between. Like he's not a big man, but he's not a small guy. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but he can run fast, EJ. He can hit the ropes at 23 miles an hour.
It's very.
Can Oba do that?
Oba could throw you into the crowd.
Right? You could be in Dallas, and by the time Oba throws you, you'll end up in Houston some damn way. I do think that's important. We've talked about it before. I just don't think Braun has the juice that they're saying he has. This is like the opposite of what Roman Reigns was years ago, where WWE's like, no, this is the fucking guy. And people are like, no, he's not. And I'm looking at him like, no, he's the guy. And eventually you get there. I don't see it with Braun.
It'd be different if like you said, it was almost like a Roman Reigns situation when they were forcing him to be like a white meat babyface, even though you just got to let him be himself. And when they let him be himself, even though it was a heel turn, but they still let him be himself, and then he got back over organically with the crowd. I feel like this is where it should be cooking because they got him in the right spot, being like a mega heel, but for some reason that's not even cooking right now.
I don't think he has it. You got to be more than just Scott Steiner's nephew and Rick Steiner's son and hitting the ropes at 23 miles an hour. Like, okay, you can do a really good spear. It's a great fucking camera view of the drone following him down the aisleway. But then what?
And I liked his you weren't a big fan of his promo as I was, but I feel like he's even lost the buzz from that when he cut that promo. I guess it was like early December. I don't know why it's not connecting. I don't know. I guess you got to give it some time. Maybe he doesn't have it, like you said. Sometimes you have it. Like Trick has it so far. Maybe sometimes you just don't have it.
I don't even think he's the best in his group. I think Bronson Reed is way better than he is.
Yeah, Bronson Reed does what he does, but do you think Bronson Reed has the chops to be like the? Because I don't think he'll ever be like the top babyface or anything, but like a top heel though.
Fuck yeah. I said this months ago. We need a big, and for lack of a better word, I don't mean this disrespect, but we need like a big sloppy motherfucker as a heel. You know, we need like a big Bam Bam Bigelow type. The motherfucker that looks like, not like the Deacon over in TNA, because Bronson still's got muscle on him, but we need a motherfucker that's not, carved out of stone with a 6-pack and all that. Just I will beat your ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm from Australia. I will beat your motherfucking ass. He's big, he's strong, he's agile, he can cut a promo, he's got a good look. Like, to me, Bronson Reed is everything they want Braun Strowman to be. Braun Breaker to be.
I get what you're saying, especially with the looks side of it, because you don't really see a whole lot of Earthquake, Typhoon type characters in WWE. He's like the old school cut, but not Bronson Reed. Yeah, Bronson Reed. Is he getting like a whole lot of heat or a whole lot of fans just want to cheer him because he's the cool person? I just feel like he's just like a henchman right now too, even though he has all the physical tools.
And that's what pisses me off. This guy beat Roman Reigns. Braun Breaker ain't never beat Roman Reigns. He barely beat Jey Uso. Not to disrespect my boy Jey Uso, but you get what I'm saying. Couldn't beat CM Punk. Bronson Reed beat Roman Reigns in a one-on-one match, albeit by nefarious means, but he still did it. This guy's got. If you took everything, if you took Braun Breaker's look and put it in Bronson Reed's body, he'd be the biggest star ever. If you had the charisma, you had the presence, you had everything that Bronson Reed has, but you give him the look of Braun Breaker, he'd be dope. But Braun Breaker's got the look. He doesn't have all the other shit that Bronson Reed does.
Yeah. I don't know what you could do right now. I just feel like the Seth injury was really big. It kind of thrusted Bronson. I keep mixing them up. When you got two Browns, Braun Breaker, it thrusted him into the forefront, and I don't think he's ready for it. And I feel like Seth was the buffer to kind of have it happen more organically, and now you don't have that. And besides that, you got Gunther as the other mega heel on the show, and that's about it. Division and Gunther right now.
Well, let's go across the street. AEW. A lot going on in AEW this past week. Rumors were rampant about a certain trios champion signing with the WWE. Out of nowhere, Hangman Adam Page and Jet Speed are now your World Trios champions. In a weird, and I don't know if you watched it back. Hangman Page was pinning Shibata at the same time that the Jet was pinning Will Hobbs. I don't know if you saw that or not, because Shibata and Joe had both of them in a sleeper, and Hangman reversed it and was pinning them, and Shibata was trying to kick out. I have no idea what the fuck was happening right then.
I think it just happened simultaneously.
Either way, they got the pin, regardless of who was legal. But yeah, Jet Speed and Hangman are your new champs. The Jet will take on Swerve Strickland this coming Wednesday, which I'm just confused with the whole Swerve and Hangman thing. They're like friends, but they're not. And Hangman likes Kenny Omega, but Swerve doesn't like Omega for whatever reason. And then Swerve wants to fight Jet, but Jet and Hangman are now trios champions. Like, it's like they're creating this tension that doesn't need to be there with these two.
But they'll still always probably be enemies deep down inside. Like, they had one of the heatest, like you said, the most like heated feuds in history. But like you said, they're kind of playing with the fact that they're friends and they're not. The whole trios thing, I think that was just because like the rumors are, like you said, Hobbs is WWE bound. But before we get into that, doesn't the tension between Swerve and Kenny go back for when the Elite were assholes? Weren't they messing with him when Kenny was in the Elite?
I honestly can't remember.
Oh no, I think they already kicked Kenny out by that time. It was the Bucks were the EVP. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where the tension comes
when
from.
Swerve was the champ, right?
Yeah, they were messing with him. Like the EVPs were messing. Yeah, I don't know where the tension from Kenny comes from. Then,
if anything, Omega and Hangman should have more tension with each other after their fucking history.
Yeah, the former tag team champions, and that's another note. Hangman's the second ever triple crown champion, so that's notable. But I digress.
Who was the first?
Yeah, like Kenny.
What did he win?
He won World Championship,
World Title, and Continental.
No, that's the. Remember they have that weird triple crown. It's World Tag Trios.
Okay,
their triple crown. So yeah, Kenny. But yeah, so I can't even remember, how did they break up as a tag team? Because they were a tag team when they were in an Elite. They were like the second, I want to say, ever tag team champions.
Yeah, but they didn't like each other, and then Hangman's the one that took the title from Omega.
Yeah. So you could lean into that more so to Swerve and Hangman. Yeah, it's a little.
That fucking tag match they had with the Bucks was so fucking good. I haven't gone back to watch it yet, but I remember watching it and just being like, this might be one of the best tag matches I've ever seen. Omega and Hangman versus the Bucks for the tag titles.
Was that on a pay-per-view?
Yeah.
So it's probably on Max. Maybe I should go back and watch it. I watched it, of course, live, but that's so long ago. It was probably
Right.
2021 or so. But yeah, it's kind of, they need to flush this out because there's a lot of moving parts going on. But, since it was already taped, the rumors out there, I listened to a podcast and they actually fucking spoiled it. What kind of made me mad about them dropping the trios belts. But I don't know. What you think about that loss for AEW losing Hobbs?
If they lost Hobbs, I don't think it's that big a deal to them. I think Hobbs is going to be huge in WWE. I don't think AEW knew how to use a big man like that.
Yeah, I think
It was a revolution,
right here in
by
this.
the way, was the pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Right in this very moment, as far as what they're dealing with now, I don't think it's a big loss for AEW. Like you said, they're more geared towards the smaller to medium wrestlers. But at the grand scheme of things, I think you don't want to lose a talent like Hobbs, no matter what your company is, because he's got that aura and whatnot. As far as him signing the WWE, I think it could go either way. I think he could be he could stand toe to toe with Oba, but you can never tell. You can never tell with Triple H how he's gonna use wrestlers. I just don't want to see him used as enhancement talent, and that's a possibility as well.
What do you think about Hobbs versus Breakker at WrestleMania?
That would be dope. Because I'm hearing two things. I'm hearing that he could go straight to the main roster, or they might have him be at NXT, do an NXT stint. I've heard rumors of him being the muscle for Ricky Starks because of their history with Team Taz and whatnot. I'm hearing
Man, if he went to NXT, he would fucking run through that roster. I know they got I can't think of my guy's name. The guy they basically got to replace Oba, he fucking showed out last week on NXT and killed everybody.
Keanu Carver.
Yeah, I know they got Carver down there already, but you put Will Hobbs on that roster and he should be champion by February.
I mean, that's a guy who, if he come in, it'd be believable if he just won it the first time he appears.
Right. If they had a anonymous entrant into the ladder match and he came out and just destroyed everybody and put the NXT title on him, we're cooking now.
Like I said on the last show, I feel like this would have been the perfect opportunity for Javon Evans just to be the face of your franchise the next year, but they wanted to shoot him up to Raw. You need somebody to hold that belt down there at NXT to kind of be the bridge, because they basically, like you said, they had a reset on NXT this past Tuesday. They introduced a bunch of Evolve guys, and like we said, the men's side is kind of thin, and they're trying to beef that up. I feel like Javon would have been the perfect champion, but they must know something I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it's somewhat surprise out of nowhere, because even having Ricky win it again, which I think they're gonna swerve us. I don't think it's gonna be that set in stone that Ricky wins this ladder match, because he didn't even have to qualify. I think they're gonna try to throw a curveball at us. But if Ricky were to win, I don't know what that does right now. Him as a heel running with the title.
They're gonna put it on Joe Hendry.
That is a possibility. Well, see, I feel like Javon would have been better suited. It's NXT. It's supposed to be boosting up the next generation. You got these old ass people. No disrespect to Ricky. You got Ego Page with a title, and then you might have Joe Hendry. What are we doing, man? I don't know, man. I'm just sitting back and watching. I think we just got to shut up and just watch at this point. Right?
That's what Triple H said. Shut the fuck up. Nobody asked you your goddamn opinion. You watch this shit that I put on TV. What a cocksucker that guy. Back to AEW. Yeah, I think the loss of Hobbs won't be affecting AEW as much as it will be WWE. I think WWE knows how to use a guy like Hobbs when they want to. And I think Hobbs is real close with Mark Henry also, who's back in the WWE fold. I think Mark Henry's he's the perfect example of Hobbs on how to work as a man that much bigger than everybody else. And Hobbs isn't tall. Like, I saw him walking around WrestleCon. He's like 4 or 5 inches taller than me. Seems like he's way taller than that. But this motherfucker is wide as, like, he's got to turn sideways when he walks through the doorway. And
Yeah.
and all muscle.
I thought he would be bigger than what, like you said, he's wide. Because I think I was like maybe an inch taller than him because I was like, I said a couple words like we were standing right beside each other at the bar. I can't remember. I think he might have asked me a question. We briefly talked for like maybe literally like a sentence or two. But I was like, I think I was an inch taller than him. It was at Orlando when we were at Revolution. They did the Busted Open, did like the meet and greet and whatnot with wrestlers, and I got the picture with Mark Henry. But Hobbs was there at the bar, and I thought he would be a little bit taller than he was. But like you said, he's wide, he's big, and he could still throw me around.
Right. He's fucking super jacked, man. Like,
yeah, he's super jacked.
When you picture a pro wrestler, like, that's what they're supposed to fucking look like. They're supposed to look like Hobbs. The airport test is what they call it. Like, you see a motherfucker walking through the airport, you're like, hey, that motherfucker must be somebody. Because ain't no way you got all them muscles just fucking going to work at the grocery store.
Yeah. Okay, it's like, okay, we talked about this before. We see a lot of these people coming over AEW, how they've been used, but of course Cody is the high standard, but we keep forgetting about his WWE stint. So I think you have to take that into factor. Punk was a WWE guy before too. Mm-hmm. He came back. It's the only person we've really seen that's been like a homegrown over there is like Jade that's really been able. Ricky, even though he's won the NXT champion, still NXT. I'm still curious and we see the people that have come over there from AEW and they kind of just there in the background. Ray Phoenix and Penta got a hot start, but now he's like in a random tag team. So
they're about in the same place they were in AEW though.
I feel like you could kind of say for Penta because he always sells merch with masks, but I feel like he was in high profile tag team matches with the Lucha Brothers, and he's kind of falling back a little bit now.
What do you think the reasoning behind not putting them together as a tag team is?
I think they were just trying to get them as single stars and then eventually put them together, but it's been like a year now, so I don't know what's the holdup. I thought they were just kind of playing a long game, and maybe they still are. But yeah.
And then, like you said, one of them's in a fucking tag team anyway, so why not just put him in a tag team with his brother?
Yeah, with a guy that's almost like the Temu version of Ray Phoenix.
You give me the fucking give me the fucking Lucha Brothers versus the Usos like right now.
That's Hunter for you, man. Yeah, but back to the top of your head, like I just don't know. I'm hoping, like you said, they just throw Hobbs in there with the Braun Breaker or have him go with Oba, but they still might just be like just trying to little brother AEW and be like, yeah, you might have been in bigger spots over there challenging for world titles every now and then, but over here you're gonna be with the IC title, maybe if you're lucky enough.
God damn, I'm ready for the Royal Rumble to see Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Brock Lesnar, Oba Femi, and fucking Will Hobbs all in the ring together with nobody else there. Just, as Booker T would say, no bread, no water, just meat.
Yeah. Hey, you might be, I don't know. It could still go either way. They just might put him in the spot where he's eliminating a bunch of people. But now that they're dragging this Oba Femi thing out, he might be debuting at the Rumble. I feel like if you debut at the Rumble, he's got to damn near win it or toss a bunch of people out.
Yeah, I feel like one of them, like Brock, I think it'll be Brock. I think Brock's going to be in the ring, clearing the ring out. And then all of a sudden, Oba or Will Hobbs is going to come in. And he ain't going to be able to fucking throw them around like that. And then before you know it, here comes Braun Breaker. And then here comes Bronson Reed. And then here comes either Hobbs or Oba, whichever one didn't come in. Now you just got 5 big meaty motherfuckers in there. And then you run some shit like fucking, what's my boy's name? Kip Wilson. Run his ass out there. In the middle of all those motherfuckers trying to throw somebody over the top rope for comedy relief or whatever. But yeah, it's...
Speaking of Kip Wilson, what happened to his partner?
He got hurt.
Is he hurt?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be funny putting him in that spot. I could see them letting Omos make an appearance too. Like, what's going on with him? Him
Omos
being
is
another
done,
big.
man. Let's quit trying to fucking bring this guy
Almost was
back.
your guy.
Let's
Almost was your guy.
let's quit trying to bring this motherfucker back. I'm over it.
He was your guy though.
He
He was your
was. I'm
guy
over
though.
it. I've out of sight, out of mind.
Damn. So he's just collecting money and catering. You just cool with him doing that.
He's in AAA.
All right. Does AAA have like a weekly show? Like, what's going on with that company right now?
I think they're on YouTube or something. Actually, I think they got a. Aren't they rumored to have a TV channel now?
That's good for them. But yeah.
Hold on a second. Let me look this up.
Like you said, a whole bunch of meaty people in the ring. I'm here for it. It's gonna be an interesting rumble, just them being over there and who they bring out, and it's unpredictable, which is a good thing, but it does seem a little directionless right now.
AAA signed a major deal with Fox starting in 2026.
Oh, Fox over there, or Fox over here?
Fox Tubi, Fox One, and Fox's pay TV network.
I didn't know Fox had a paid TV network. What is that? Another streaming thing we gotta pay for?
The Mexican wrestling promotion acquired by WWE signed a major international broadcast deal with Fox starting in 2026, bringing AAA events, including the big Triple Mania shows, to Fox platforms in Mexico, Central America, and South America, excluding Brazil, via Fox Tubi. This deal expands AAA's reach significantly, leveraging WWE's ownership and Fox's growing sports presence in Latin America. So it's going to be South America Fox and shit like that.
In Mexico Fox. Okay, that makes sense.
Coverage area: Mexico, Central America, and South America.
I wonder if AAA has ever had like a weekly show. Maybe that's not how their company runs. Maybe they just do it event by event.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, good for them though.
We keep jumping around. You know, we disrespect AEW. Let's get back to AEW. We talk about everything but AEW when we're talking AEW. You brought it up earlier. The Rascalz, Trey Miguel, Myron Reed, Mr. Gigi Dolan, and Wesley are all conspicuous by his absence, though. They didn't even mention Trey Miguel on last night on Collision when they.
I was going to ask you about that because they finally actually showed in person, because they just showed the graphic on Dynamite, even though they were in the building, because they shot Collision and Dynamite the same night, but they decided to have them appear in person on Collision. Where was Trey Miguel?
I don't know. Like I said, they didn't even mention him.
Yeah. And what the reports are is all four of them signed, so that's maybe he's hurt. That was a little bit weird.
I don't know, but I did like the segment. Like, I was wondering if they were going to bring the Treehouse shit back with them to AEW. And clearly they did. Oh, Lexi, now he's like, you want to come with us? She's like, I'm working. He says, shit, me too. I really wanted her to go in there with him, though, but she didn't. She had to maintain professionalism, but I thought that would have been funny. With the signing of Myron Reed, I have to ask you, Killer Kelly is no longer with AEW, TNA. You think she shows up in AEW?
I think that would be a big pickup for them if they use her the right way. Because as much as I like, because I don't really watch it, I just don't want them to have her be on ROH. Like, if you have her, let her be like a stalwart on Collision at the very least.
Yeah.
Don't have her just to sign her, just to have her, prevent her from going elsewhere. And of course, her husband is, I don't even know if they're married. Her significant other is there. That would be a good pickup because you need bodies, and I like to see them have like tears, like have people flesh out that TBS title division until you organically make your way up to the world title. Now that Willow has it, and of course when Mercedes comes back, she'll be in the world title. So I think that would be a very good pickup, and they should sign her.
Man, I could build a storyline right now. Have her do the whole gimmick she was doing with Masha Slamovich, where they're kind of not liking each other, but they got like this fucking sexual tension that never really comes through. Have her do that with one of the chicks from the Triangle of Madness, and have one of them leave.
I was gonna say that seemed like it would work with Tekla, but maybe even to do it with Julio or Sky.
Yeah.
I mean, she, like you said, she's a free agent, so I don't see her not signing with AEW. So that'd be dope. And the thing with also with the Rascalz too, I feel like this is a really big pickup for them. It's a bigger loss for TNA, of course, but I think it is a big pickup for
Oh my God.
AEW. What's that?
You just gave me a headache. I just picture Tony Khan seeing the Rascalz being 4 guys. Now they're gonna have like quadruple trios championships or some shit like that. God damn it. We're about to get 4 new belts each. We're about to get 8-man tag team championships.
I don't throw that into the universe. But I was gonna say, because you could, why it's such a big pickup, because you can throw them in the trios division, and they always could be that one guy that does like the TNT title or how many whatever mid-card titles, and they like Swiss Army knives, and they're young. Like you said, you got to push some younger talent, even though they're not spring chickens. I think all of them in their early 30s, but it's still fresh talent, and they all could go. I just don't want them. Just don't put them on ROH until ROH gets on a bigger platform like a Max. Like nobody really watches those, so don't have them on ROH. Have them pretty frequently on the main show, and I think it's gonna, you see the fruits of the labor, because all of them can go. All of them are good talents, and like you said, they need to take advantage of having that treehouse. When you're not there on TV, at least have a treehouse segment. Have that going forward. I just don't want to see them sign and disappear, because another big loss for TNA that you see in AEW that you really don't see that a lot is Ace Austin. I just don't want them to have them kind of fall back like Ace Austin has, even though he's with the Bang Bang Gang.
Well, they've already got a feud started. Leon Slater. God damn it! What's my boy's name? Man of the Hour.
Yeah, he's with the crew. Him and
the crew.
Action Andretti.
Action Andretti, and why am I drawing a blank on my dude's name? Lashley.
Yeah, you having me blank. You having me blank on them.
God damn, he's the man of the hour.
Why are we both whiffing on it? Well, either way, like you said, they had a segment back in on the Collision, and that's a good way to pick it up and squash them.
I know you're looking it up, but it's gonna bother me now that I can't come up with his name. The man of the hour, Rush.
Leo Rush.
There we go.
I didn't even look him up. Once you say Rush, I put the first name together.
Leo Rush and Action Andretti are gonna take on the Rascalz. Yeah, and I don't know. The Rascalz are very like childish, but I don't know. It seems refreshing for AEW.
Yeah, I get what they were doing. They were trying to tie everything together with, Hangman. I'm taking something away from you since you took it from me. But I feel like that would have been a big splash just for them to debut and take the trios titles. I think that would have been dope.
Have Hangman come out and cheat for him.
See, you're a better writer than what Tony is right now. Yeah, like have Hangman, like he said, I'm gonna take everything from you, but then he causes Joe the titles and puts it on the Rascalz out of the gate. That would have been dope.
Tony Khan's gonna be pissed when he gets done with his snow and he hears this.
Oh man, I made the snow joke a couple of minutes. You making this man do drugs, and now you turn around and do the same thing.
It's your fault. I'm following your lead, EJ.
Hypocrisy at its finest.
Don't blame me for following your lead.
I'm trying to think before we wrap up. I feel like I wanted to talk something else about AEW. Chris Statlander, it seems like her and Tekla. You think Tekla is a credible challenger?
No.
I don't know if I believe her beating Chris Statlander right now.
I don't like Tekla. I shouldn't say that. I did, but she just, maybe I'm watching too hard, but like I see her not knowing where the camera is because they were in that theater this week, and I see Julia Hart having to like keep telling her, like they're like turning her around to get her to look at the camera, and then they're going up the aisle and she's like raising my arms in the air talking to them. It's like, quit fucking talking so loud. Also, how'd you end up being the fucking leader?
Yeah, it probably should have been Sky Blue.
I don't know. I just something about her. I liked her at first, but she's just, the more I see her, she just rubbed me the wrong way. And can we just, for the love of God, can we get rid of Aubrey Edwards?
Yeah, you're not an Aubrey Edwards fan. I'm not. I feel like earlier on, she's always trying to take attention away, but I feel like I don't really notice her nowadays. Really? I feel like I don't really notice her.
No, she's such a look at me referee. Like, you're not even supposed to know the referees' names. And she makes
Girl
everything
Hebner.
about her.
Yeah,
I'm just,
I don't.
I'm over it. I'm over the little fucking walk she does around the ring and how she always, just every little thing she does is so exaggerated. It's fucking
I
annoying.
know it's really glaring when you're in person because she does a lot of stuff like when they're not live. If you go into a live event before they like go back to from commercial break, Justin, what's it, Justin Roberts is that
Mm-hmm.
the announcer? He'll always point attention to her, but yeah, stay out of the background if you're a referee. But yeah, I think it's just transitional because I was gonna say Mercedes probably comes back around Double or Nothing, but I think they might move that up. She might be taking the belt off Christina at a Revolution maybe.
And Statlander, I'm not a fan of her being the champion. I don't think Statlander is the woman that you say when you're doing a trivia answer and you say, who's the only woman in AEW to beat Jade Cargill, Mercedes Moné, and Tony Storm? And the answer be Chris Statlander. I don't think she has the chops. I have no idea what she was talking about in that fucking backstage interview they showed on Collision. She said, I like the way your toxic taste, but then she spit it out. Well, if you liked it, why'd you spit it out?
Yeah, that was a little weird.
I went to Longhorns last night and I got Parmesan crusted chicken. You know what I didn't do? I didn't spit none of it out because it was phenomenal.
Not to be like a defender of her, but maybe she likes the taste, but something that's toxic is gonna kill you. So you like the taste, but you gotta spit it out before it kills you.
Fucking don't put it in your mouth then. Dumbass
What do you
baby
like the
face.
taste? What do you like the taste though? But it can still kill you.
Oh my God. Other side of the door, Tabitha's walking by. I'm going, don't put it in your mouth. She goes, that's what she said.
That's hilarious. But yeah, but like you said, what if it's a pumpkin spice beer? But it could still kill you if you ingested it. But you love the taste of it.
Then I just go get a pumpkin spice latte. I wouldn't put something toxic
What if
in
anything
my mouth.
what if anything pumpkin spice
Yeah,
is
I do.
delicious, but it'll kill you.
It really is.
But yeah, I don't know. And then, so what do you think Tony Storm is at this point? Because you think they just having her be a stalwart in a tag team? She's still gold.
Her and fucking Mina were so fucking funny. Oh my God. What did she say? You want to be a death rider? Why don't you jump on the back of this caboose and I'll ride you to death or something like that? She said that. Marina Shafir.
I like how they pivot her to like build up the tag team division, and she doesn't seem like she's like been knocked down a peg. What is this kind of weird thing? Is what's gonna happen with Marina now that what's her face is back?
Penelope Ford. Did you see the tension between them though? Like she came out there at the end of the match and she was like she was kind of like, what the fuck is this? Like you just gonna team with her now?
That was her tag team partner before.
Exactly, but Marina didn't like that shit. I think Penelope might end up getting her ass whooped.
Yeah, I saw. Man, picked up on it more than I, because I usually always multitasking. So I saw Marina out there sitting on the top rope, but it was like clear tension.
So when they first won the match, she jumped in the ring, and I don't know, maybe it was miscommunication. They were trying to figure out what they're supposed to do next or whatever. But she was looking like what the fuck? Like, what are you doing with her? And then she like didn't want to raise their hands or whatever, and then eventually she didn't want Megan Bain and Penelope Ford's hands to be together when the referee raised them. She got between them.
Oh damn, that's a good point. Point out.
And then that's when Tony Storm and Mina came out.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that unfolds. But one big thing, this is kind of off topic, not off topic, but a pivot. It's one thing I don't get, because you talking about Marina Shafir. Do you think, because it looks like we're gearing towards the Death Riders being a face team, and I don't know how I feel about that, because it was bound to happen, a collision course between them and the Don Callis family. But it looks like they're trying to slowly but surely turn the rest of them baby faces as well. You saw that backstage segment with Daniel Garcia and Pac and all of them. I don't know how I feel about that. Because the story was setting up of them kicking Jon Moxley out, but now it just seems like they're going to make them this like shades of gray halfway babyface group. I don't know, man.
Maybe this is a domino effect of Hobbs leaving. And now that Joe's crew is kind of dismantled, because you can't replace Hobbs with fucking Hook, right? So I don't know. Maybe that's a domino. I don't know how that would tie into each other, but who knows? Or maybe this is just a fucking. Maybe it's just them throwing a fucking.
Trying to
Throwing
throw us
you
off
off the
the
scent.
track.
Yeah.
Yeah, scent.
And they actually are going to still turn heel and turn on Moxley.
Yeah, I just think it doesn't really work for them being a face group.
God damn, you have fucking the Death Riders join Don Callis family. It's like 75 people.
I can't. They could do. I could see them trying to do it, but they would have anybody, no other fate like heels except the Don Callis family.
Did you see how awkward the Don Callis and Moxley thing was on commentary?
Yeah, that was. It was
It's like,
awkward.
yeah, it was like they didn't have a script. They were just kind of, they were told, go out there and ad lib, and neither one of them could come up with anything to say. He was like,
That was awkward.
yeah, Don, you're right. You do have a big family. You got a whole lot of guys.
Yeah, that was awkward. And also Takeshita coming out and just hugging Kyle Fletcher. That was awkward too.
Yeah. I think Kyle Fletcher
know.
needs to get out of the family.
I think Takeshita does too. Just let Okada be the heel, and you need more people, kind of pivoting and doing something a little bit different going into this year. So have like Fletcher be like a face and Takeshita be a face. I don't know. I'm curious. Both companies are like kind of in that phase where like, all right, where are we going with all of this? I don't know, man. I'm curious.
You got any picks for Street Clothes Wrestler of the Week this week? I do.
I think I'll give it, even though we're saying it was a weird signing, I'll give it to the former Sonya Deville, Daria Ray. You don't give props to a lot of people, women wearing suits. I think when women can pull off wearing a suit and it looks nice and clean and dapper, give them props. So I like the suit she had on.
I used to like the suits Lana used to wear.
Oh, hers were dope too.
Yeah. I'm going to give mine to Mina Shirakawa.
Oh, Collision?
Yeah,
or Dynamite?
Collision.
What she have on?
You just have to go look at it, dog. I'm not about to describe that and sound like a pervert. But she's looking good.
Yeah, shout out to Mina.
Her and Tony Storm. Tits out, chin up, watch for the love bombs.
It'll be fun once they win the tag team titles.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm a fan of Willow being a double champion.
Yeah. If it was anybody, I don't know. I feel like being a double champion is more served for a heel.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of log jamming everything right now, her having two belts.
Also, how come they never make double champions defend both their belts on the same night?
They should. I mean, if you want to carry that burden, I'm agree with you. You should be having to defend it. Maybe they will have it. Maybe that's how she loses.
They did it with Becky two belts. That's how she ended up losing to Charlotte for one of the belts. And they did it with Seth Rollins when he wrestled Sting and John Cena the same night. But Roman's never wrestled two matches when he was double champion the whole time. They ended up just fucking fusing the belts together. I don't feel like Willow should have to defend the tag titles. Like, what's stopping the tag team and somebody else being like, we're not waiting until next week. I'm challenging you tonight.
They should. Maybe that's how they get it off of her. Because she's defended the tag team belt. She hasn't defended the TBS right now. Yeah, I feel like you could tell more stories with her not being a double champion. They got to get one of them off, I think, sooner than later.
Yeah, I'm kind of over Harley Cameron, too, being a champion.
Really?
I think she's better suited for just like comedy stuff. Like, okay, you've had the belt for a month. It's time for somebody else to have it now. So you killed two birds with one stone.
Yeah, I'm not opposed of a short reign. I still like Harley, but maybe she doesn't really need. She's a character that doesn't need a title. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I feel like those probably should be the first titles to go, and then let Willow, be like the workhorse TBS champion.
And I'm not gonna lie and say it doesn't kind of bother me that Ty J or the Sisters of Sin didn't get the titles first when they've all been there like since day one almost.
Yeah, but it is bothering you.
Yeah, it's annoying. Like, I'm still annoyed by it. I'm still annoyed that neither one of those two teams got it first, because I think that would have been a good move for AEW to be like, these are two of our women that we may not put the world title on them, but they've kicked ass for us, and here we go. Like, they're the first ever tag team champions. Julia got the TNT title. Sky Blue's never had a title. I don't think either one of Ty J's ever had a title, but I think all four of them have been there since, if not day one, like at least year one.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I heard a rumor somewhere I was listening to. Is Anna Jay on her way out? Maybe that's one reason.
Where's she going? She can't go to WWE. I love NJ, but she can't go to WWE. She wouldn't be able to keep up in WWE.
I don't know if Cora Jade was over there at one point in time. You got Izzy Dame.
She was in NXT.
Izzy Dame over there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I heard it's gonna be. She might be going to NXT.
Yeah, but then you gotta take a big pay cut too.
You do. I mean, we've seen people go over there to take a pay cut to live out your dreams. People, quote unquote.
I mean, she's probably made enough money in AEW though, to where now she does have the freedom to say, all right, I'll take fucking $300K a year to go wrestle in a warehouse.
Nah, I don't know. I feel like she'd be fine because she's just as talented as some people that are on NXT. But I don't think she would be. Yeah, the main roster. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I can't see her and Becky Lynch having a fucking one-on-one match at like Royal Rumble or Survivor Series.
Yeah, I hope it's not true because, like you said, there's still a lot of meat on the bone with her being a tag team champion and building up that division. So I'm hoping she still sticks around.
I think she's one of the most improved wrestlers since AEW started.
Yeah, she's definitely up there. She's got to be. Like, now that you say that, because a lot of these people were already good in the ring coming over from the indie scene.
Yeah.
And
she was like 21, I think, when she started.
Yeah. And she started off with the Dark Order. Yeah.
Well, no, she started off as the fucking, like, she was like a carnival person. Like, she had the top hat and the fucking tuxedo jacket.
Oh, yeah, she did. You're right.
Yeah, then she joined the Dark Order.
I remember. What was that? I remember that top hat. What was that?
She had the little fucking, like, cane thing that they would have. I can't remember the name of it. What would you call a carnival person that conducts a carnival?
Ringleader?
The ringleader. She was a ringleader. Anna Jay.
I remember that gimmick. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I hope she sticks around because
I hope she doesn't leave social media because that would be a shame.
Is she still with Jungle Boy?
I don't fucking know.
Speaking of Jungle Boy, how you feel about him challenging Ricochet?
Cool. Ricochet gets to beat somebody. I'm just not a Jungle Boy fan. Like, he's too little for them. They put him in a larger than life persona, but he's not larger than life. Like, he has these gimmicks where he's supposed to be like this tough guy, and he's just not. Like, now that he's back being Luchasaurus' little brother, I think that he's more fit for that. They need to bring Marco Stunt back and just get the whole band back together.
That'd be dope. Yeah, I mean, one thing that bothers me, and I don't think they're gonna do anything about it. We talk about it. Too many mid-card titles. I feel like Ricochet's reign would feel more bigger if it wasn't an international title out there and a continental. Get rid of both of those. Have a TV championship and have your intercontinental champion would be like a national championship. Get rid of the fucking international and continental. Just have it be a tournament. Like, I don't know. It's not gonna happen because Tony Khan is stubborn when it comes to that.
Well, before we get out of here, EJ, you got two teams left to punch their ticket to the AFC and NFC championship. Give me some picks. You got the Broncos, or the Patriots, or the Texans. That game just started. There's 10 minutes left, still 0-0.
My heart wants the Texans to do it, but I just think the Patriots are gonna punch their ticket.
I think this is the year the Texans get through.
I hope you're right, but I got Patriots.
We got the Rams and the Bears. Apparently, there's a bunch of men going around Chicago going to get their nails done and drinking matcha coffee now because of Caleb Williams.
I know, like, all these guys come from different backgrounds, but when you get used to that California sun, I think the weather might be a factor. I think I got the Bears winning.
I wouldn't be mad at the Bears winning. I'm all for younger teams breaking through and just like coming out of nowhere. And I think the Bears were out of nowhere. Cowboys could have got Ben Johnson as their coach, but hey, they wanted to fucking hire within. Also, there's a shitload of coaching talent out there right now, but you know we got Brian Schottenheimer, so yay, good for us.
I'm in Harbaugh, yeah.
Also, the Falcons, like they got Stefanski from Cleveland. Of all the coaches out there, that's who the Falcons picked.
I wonder how Michael Rucker felt about that.
Jeez Louise. They're gonna Bijan Robinson and his career is gonna be wasted.
Yeah.
Thank goodness he's getting paid a lot of money. I'm gonna I said earlier that the Rams are my Super Bowl pick from the NFC, but yeah, I think it might be the Bears.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. They're kind of like what the Commanders did last year. Commanders kind of came out of nowhere, made the NFC Championship.
Yeah, and then next year they'll just shit the bed.
Injuries, but also before we get out of here, who you got national championship tomorrow?
Miami.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You think the home crowd advantages?
I don't know where the game is. I'm really just in disbelief that I don't see a world where the fucking Indiana Hoosiers win a national championship in football.
If they win, that'd be like a double-edged sword. Like, see, you're a fan of a blue blood program, but for us that are in the big conference, that are middle to bottom of the pack, like my Gamecocks, that'd be good for like alumni like me. But I think it'd be a big headache for ads of these big mid pack conference. Because if Indiana could do it, there's no reason why year in and year out we should be in the middle. So I think ads are like begging for Indiana to lose because now we have no excuses of putting this crap on the field that we have been and just stealing money from the alumni, putting it. So I kind of want to see Indiana just so it could put the pressure on ads at schools like mine to make a better program. Because if they can win, why can't we?
You know what Indiana did that I commend? When the NIL shit started, they got a good coach, and then they got 23-year-olds and 22-year-olds, so 4th and 5th year seniors. They weren't 5-star recruits. They 2 and 3-star recruits. But guess what happens? When you get a 19-year-old versus a 23-year-old on a football field, the 23-year-old is going to win. It's like more grown man strength. They ended up getting people with experience and older guys that are stronger and have been in weight rooms for 4 and 5 years now. And it's showing on the field. And they got a good coach around them. And out of nowhere, these motherfuckers just came out. And this NIL shit, you know, I like it. I think it makes college football more exciting. And it's not just Alabama every fucking year now. It's not just Ohio State every year. Georgia. Like,
it definitely makes it more competitive because now everybody can pay their players and not just get away with it behind the scenes like Alabama was doing all these years.
Everybody can pay. There's, like you said, there's no excuse. There's no excuse to have a shitty football program now.
Yeah, so man, that's what I didn't realize they were getting all of these older guys. Maybe that's what Shane Beamer should be taking notice of. Get some of these older guys that are kind of like journeymen, and like you said, they're just stronger than these 5-star that are just 19 and 18 years. So
more coachable. They've been there already. They know what to expect. They're not getting distracted on the weekends and shit like that, going out drinking before the game. They've done it already. They're grown-ups.
Yeah. I think even though, like I said, it's in Miami and Miami's playing in I think it's the first college team that's played in their home stadium for the championship. I still think Indiana's just the better
No.
team. So I'm going
Well,
with Indiana.
yeah, I guess technically. I was gonna say the Dogs played it in Mercedes Benz, but that's not necessarily their home stadium.
Yeah, it's in Athens. So
But yeah, and Miami's ever since Abella Danger came out as a big Miami fan, now she's enrolled in school there. They've been fucking killing it.
I wonder if she mixes and mingles with the student population, if you know what I mean.
I think she's married.
Oh, really? Huh?
She's married.
You'd be surprised though.
She's with somebody, but yeah, could you imagine like you fucking go to school and you're like, why does this chick in my English class look so familiar?
And your girlfriend sitting next to your girlfriend. And why she look so familiar to you?
Yeah, why does she look familiar? Where you know that bitch from? Pornhub.
But yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that. A lot of these adult stars are married and they just separated. Like that's work, and when I'm at home, I'm faithful. It's kind of weird concept, right?
I couldn't do it. I mean, sometimes I'll be on Twitter and you'll come across these like regular fucking people that are like hot wives or cucking each other or whatever, and it's like I don't get it.
Yeah, it takes a certain wire in your brain to do that. But hats off to people that can do it. Like you said, it's not for everybody.
Yeah, good for them, but not me.
Yeah.
I don't want to see no. Oh, never mind. You got anything else before we get out of here, EJ?
No, good show. We went long, but we talked about some good stuff. So shout out to everybody that was in the chat, and shout out to everybody to be listening later or viewing later.
Yep. As always, follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Those are our two most populated and updated social medias. If you can and you're in here now or you've watched before, please like us on YouTube. We're trying to build our subscribers up there. ProWrestlingTees.com. Go there and search a boot to the face. We've reopened that store up since Spring Tees is a crock of shit. Yeah, and that's all I got, EJ. So for EJ Reed, I'm Chris Rucker. This has been another episode of Boot to the Face. Until next week, where we'll have our Royal Rumble predictions. Peace!